I'm Dr. Mark Edwin Peterson, and I work here as the librarian and archivist in the Woodrow Wilson Presidential Library and Museum. I'm going to show you some basic tips for using our digital archive and how you can get started on doing some research there. So if you go to the woodrowwilson.org website, you'll see I have it here pulled up. And then I go down to Library and Research Center. It shows the Kenwood building. That's where I work in the library. And then we go down here, it says Digital Archive, and click on Collections. And this is really the main homepage for the digital archive. So you'll see it has, like other traditional archives, some things are mostly organized by collection. Those sometimes are put together by individuals, and the collection might be named after the person who assembled things, or in some cases the collection might be named after the person who created most of the documents or pictures that are in that collection. So we can just click through on a few here. You'll see the John P. Ambule collection has a collection page that describes what's in the collection, where we got all of this stuff, and some library subject headings and other information like that. If we come down here, you'll see the finding aid. So this again is kind of how archives used to be organized and described. So the finding aid has a page of its own, which repeats some of the same information, but then also, in this case, gives you a full container list of every single item. And then if you're most familiar with working with finding aids, you can actually click through to the files. It's a PDF that shows you the original finding aid. And you'll see the contents of these boxes and folders are described. In this case, it's organized by the date. And that information will be in the finding aid. Going back to the collection page, we can tell this is a digital collection because every single item that's been scanned is right here on the collection page. So if it's a small collection or you're just kind of browsing to get a sense of things, you can just go to that collection page and come down and look at all the items in the collection. These items will have their own page, again describing what it is, where we got it, some subject headings, just like a library catalog. And then just like the finding aid, you can go click on the file, which shows you a scan of the item. So that might be an image. Some of the images are JPEGs. It might be a document. Almost all the documents are PDF files. Now there is some variation in our collections, and so there are a few that are listed here that have not yet been scanned, and there are a few that have been scanned, but the finding aid is not of the same quality. We just have not gotten around to doing all that. If you have any questions, you can always email me at mpeterson@woodrowwilson.org. Some of the collections have been put together by staff, and so it might be organized along a theme. This one here is World War I soldiers. These are small collections that have come in, and they don't really warrant being a whole collection, but we can put them together as this World War I soldier collection. You'll see this one too has many pictures in it. There are some collections that we only have digital material. So this might be something from another institution. So here we have the University of Virginia Woodrow Wilson photographs. And again, you can see the description on the collection page. There's a finding aid and these items. We have some other digital collections from other institutions that are more focused on documents. And so we have some from the Federal Reserve and some from the Hoover collection at Stanford. But we also have some collections that are from the Woodrow Wilson papers that are held at the Library of Congress. And so in those cases, we do not have really paper copies of these items. And so the real value for you is the transcript that makes it easy to search for the item. So everything on the page is here in the transcript. And you can easily look at the original with the scan here as a PDF, as a JPEG file. But the thing really to know about these collections is that we do not have anything here on site for researchers to come and use in the reading room. And oftentimes it will say in the collection description, if you see these kind of gray items, scans taken from microfilm in most cases, some of those are collections that we just have transcripts in our digital collection. I will be talking more about how to do searches and some other issues in later tutorials. But again, remember, my email is mpeterson@woodrowwilson.org.